Bangkok never sleeps. Even at the hour when the river breath mists through narrow alleys and market stalls fold into silence, the city hums like a restless heart. But among all the stories whispered along Chao Phraya's edge, none is feared more than the tale of a train that no longer exists, the Ghost Train of Bangkok. Tonight, our story follows a young journalist, Ananda, who sets out to uncover whether this old tale is just folklore or a truth Bangkok has tried desperately to bury. Ananda works for a small investigative channel. Her editor assigns her to cover an old rumor resurfacing online. Commuters at Bang Su Hua Lamphong and even abandoned stations claim to hear distant wheels, metal shrieks, and station announcements from a line that was supposedly demolished 2 decades ago. Locals call it Rot Phi Lom Hai, the vanished train. The story began during the construction of the Red Line. One late night, an empty train headed for decommissioning derailed, crashing into a maintenance tunnel. The official investigation blamed human error, but workers claimed otherwise. They said they heard passengers screaming from inside the empty cabin. They smelled incense and funeral flowers moments before the crash. And after the wreckage was pulled out, bodies were found inside Evan, though the train was officially empty. The train was scrapped, the tunnel sealed, and the line was deleted from all official records. But some say the train still runs, stopping at stations where no living passenger belongs. Ananda decides this is her chance to prove the truth. She begins by interviewing station staff. Most refuse to speak. One elderly janitor at Hua Lamphong finally agrees, but only after glancing around to make sure no one is listening. He tells her that at exactly after midnight, the speakers sometimes turn on by themselves. A voice soft, distant, and distorted announces the arrival of a train that does not exist on the schedule. Rot Phi Kok, Nai Thi Sam Khao Lei, which means train inbound. On track 3, now entering, he warns her, whatever you do, never board that train. It doesn't take passengers somewhere, it takes them away. That same night, while reviewing her recordings on the platform, the lights flicker. A cold breeze moves through her hair, and the ancient speakers crackle to life with a voice she does not recognize. Rot Phi Kok, Nai Thi Sam, Ko Lei. She looks over. Track 3 hasn't been used in years. Determined and trembling, Ananda waits with her camera. The digital clock switches to midnight. The air shifts. The entire station seems to inhale. Then, in the far tunnel, a faint glow appears. It's not headlamps, something dimmer, older, as if lit by lanterns that forgot their own light. A train silhouette slowly emerges. The metal looks scorched, rusted, half transparent. Its windows reflect nothing but darkness. Inside, shadows sit in perfect rows, motionless. One figure stands near a door, tall. Its face is pale and blurred, as if waterlogged. It stares directly at her. The train doesn't slow down. It passes through the platform without sound, without wind, without impact. It's like a memory gliding through the world of the living. Her camera recorded everything. But when she reviews the footage, the screen is black. The only thing left is the audio, a low chorus of whispers like passengers chanting a prayer for the dead. The next day, Ananda visits the transport ministry to request documents about the derailed train. She's told no such incident ever occurred. But a young archivist stops her on the way out. He has seen the files. He warns her the crash wasn't an accident. The train wasn't empty. It was carrying bodies, victims of a mass traffic accident, being transported to a city morgue. Something went wrong in that tunnel. The dead didn't stay dead. He gives her coordinates to the sealed-off tunnel near the old Bang Su junction. That night, she ventures into the overgrown area behind the construction fences. She finds stripped rails, broken signs, and the moor-like entrance to a tunnel sealed with rusted iron doors. The moment her flashlight hits the metal, she hears it, a faint bell, a distant conductor's whistle, and footsteps inside the tunnel. More than one pair. Dozens. Then the smell hits her, wilted jasmine mixed with formalin. Her camera shakes. Something moves behind the door. A hand-thin grey, almost boneless presses against the small gap, and a voice whispers, "We're still travelling." She runs, but Ananda plans her final investigation. She will stay at Hua Lamphong until midnight and confront the ghost train directly. She stations herself at track 3. At exactly midnight, the station again falls eerily silent. The lights dim. Her breath smokes in the warm Bangkok night. The speakers tremble. Rot Phai Kok, Nai Thi Sam, Khao Lei. The ghost train slides into sight, but this time it's slower. This time it stops. The doors creak open. Inside sit the shadow passengers with their blank, sunken eyes. Their faces are blurred as though smudged by unseen hands. Standing in the aisle is the tall figure again. It gestures to her. "Come." Ananda raises her camera, her voice trembling. "I want to know what happened to you." For the first time, the shadows move. Their heads turn toward her in perfect unison. Their mouths open, stretching wider than any human should. A tidal wave of whispers surges out. Bored, witness, remember. Cold hands, like river stones, grab her wrists and pull her inside. The doors slam shut. The interior flickers between two realities, a decrepit, burned-out cabin and a normal commuter train filled with bodies in body bags. The floors drip water. The windows show not the city, but a dark tunnel that twists like intestines. The PA system announces stops that do not exist. Next station. Final rights. Next station. Return of the Lost. Next station. Nylok Ti Mai Mifang, the world without exits. The tall figure comes close. Now she sees it wears a conductor's uniform that seems melted into its flesh. It kneels beside her and forces her to look out the window. Through the glass, she sees silhouettes of workers running, trying to stop the train before the fatal crash 2 decades ago. She sees the moment the train hits the tunnel wall. She hears the screams. She watches the dead rise, confused, searching for a destination that was never reached. The conductor whispers, "We keep traveling until someone brings us home." And then he hands her something, a rusted conductor's whistle. She jolts awake. She's lying on the platform. The station is completely empty. Her camera is shattered beside her. The ghost train is gone, but her hand still holds the rusted whistle. Later, when she checks her audio recorder, she hears one last chilling broadcast. Final stop for the living. Every night after that, at exactly midnight, she dreams of the tunnel. She hears the train approaching. She feels the cold hands of shadow passengers reaching for her. And somewhere deep beneath Bangkok, the ghost train keeps moving, searching for new passengers and for someone to guide them back to the world they lost. If you ever hear the old station speakers turn on by themselves past midnight, do not look at track 3. Do not listen, and absolutely do not answer the train's call. As the echoes of that forgotten station fade, one truth lingers like a cold draft slipping through sealed tunnels. Some journeys never end. The Ghost Train of Bangkok continues its silent loop beneath the city, carrying passengers who never reached their destination and searching for the living who dared to listen. If someday you hear a midnight announcement coming from a platform that shouldn't exist, remember this story, and whatever you do, don't look toward track 3. And that wraps up our story for today. Don't forget to support our channel by giving a like, leaving a comment, and subscribing. Turn on the notification bell so we can stay inspired to bring you more content. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.